Welcome back to another episode of Pretty Petty the Podcast. I'm your host, Tito Alvin, and in this podcast, we talk about the hottest topics, trending issues, and everything pretty and petty. So kung first time mo dito, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button and the notification bell para notified ka sa mga bagong episodes. Kung sa Spotify ka naman nakikinig, you can follow our podcast sa Spotify by going back to the main page, then click nyo lang yung follow button. You may also follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok by going to the link you see at the bottom of your screen. Now for this week, ano ba or sino ba ang topic natin today? May mga tao kasi sa social media na hindi lang nagpapasikat. Parang meron silang mission na magpasiklab ng toxic post, magbato ng patama, at gumamit ng negativity para sa engagement. So today, we'll talk about a person who exhibits the traits that I mentioned. And I'm talking about the one and only Sir Jack Argota. Si John Florence Escalante Argota o mas kilala as Sir Jack Argota ay isang Facebook personality na notorious sa mga post niyang medyo controversial, medyo rage bait, and TBH medyo annoying. Itong si Sir Jack ay nakatira sa Cavite at graduate ng Fine Arts sa Far Eastern University. Isa din siyang miyembro ng PWD or Persons with Disability at ito ay dahil sa kanyang cleft palate. Okay? Nag-try din siya sa mundo ng entrepreneurship at sinubukan din niya ang mundo ng politics nung tumakbo siya as City Councilor ng General Trias Cavite noong 2025 midterm elections. Ay nga lang, talo. Ngayon, matagal ko nang nakikita si Jack Argota online pero hindi ko lang masyado pinapansin. Noon pa man, medyo rage bait na talaga yung content niya. And according sa ilang mga Redditors, nakarating na daw siya sa 5th niyang page matapos masuspende yung mga dati niyang accounts dahil sa paulit-ulit na content na may pang-trigger. According sa mga netizens, itong si Sir Jack ay meron daw attention addiction. Sasaw-saw sa issue, mangre-rage bait, magpapatrend for all the wrong reasons. All for the name of engagement and attention. So ang tanong, dapat pa bang bigyan ng ganitong klaseng platform ang mga personalities na ito? Ngayon, pag-usapan natin yung patterns na or pattern ng behavior na nakikita ng maraming tao at bakit hindi lang isang instance ang issue dito. Unang example, kahit yung simpleng feel good, positive post ng ibang tao ay nagagawa niya ng trigger point para bulabugin ang comment section. Yung viral pronoun incident niya with Aura Briguela was very popular and very trending during that time. But it wasn't a one-off comment. Parang strategy niya na pumili ng topic na pwedeng matrigger ang mga tao. The comment section about Aura's post snowballed into hate and drama. Okay lang sana kung simple lang yung mga banat eh. Pero meron na din kasing mga comment na below the belt at nagpapatama pa tungkol sa mismong appearance at iba pang bagay na personal. Apart from the Aura issue, may mga post din siya na nagpatungkol sa ilang mga political groups, political affiliations at rally organizers na nakapag-trigger din ng reactions ng mga netizens sa comment section. So, the Aura issue is not an isolated incident. Almost every controversial topic nagagamit niya para magpalabas ng sarcasm or judgment na madalas may negative vibes. May mga post din siya stating na quote-unquote, tumutulong siya sa ibang tao ng tahimik lang through different community service. But you can't blame the people to feel confused kasi you want to do good for the community through these community services, pero your content is not necessarily good for the community. Medyo polarizing. make it make sense. Ito lang, recently, may naging post siya about sa mga UP students na nag-OJT daw sa bundok. He said, and I quote, UP student ka, tapos sa bundok ka nag-OJT? Anong course yan de? BS major in NPA? Now, whether NPA recruitment in colleges and universities is true or not, that's a totally different topic. Ang question ko dito is, the way he phrased his post, parang sinasabi niya na, number one, kapag UP student ka, hindi ka pwede mag-OJT sa bundok. And number two, kapag sa bundok ka nag-OJT, NPA ka na. Balikan natin yung point number one. Kung ang course mo, kung ang tinake mong course sa UP is forestry or mining engineering or geography or anthropology, it just makes sense na sa bundok ka mag-OJT. Kasi yun yung field of work mo eh. So, saan pala dapat mag-OJT yung mga forestry students? Sa BGC? Sa Makati? Marami ang nag-react dito sa sinabi niyang to and isa na dyan ang UP alumni na si Tuesday Vargas. Medyo may palitan silang dalawa ng opinion sa Facebook. Meron din explanation dyan si Sir Jack sa page niya. Kesyo hindi niya nila lahat ng mga taga-UP and he is just pertaining to a certain group of students. Medyo magulo yung explanation niya. So, I don't know. Pati yung billboard ng close-up dun sa EDSA, yung parang habang papalayo ka parang magkikis yung ganyan. Hindi yan pinalampas ni Sir Jack na kesyo dapat daw itigil ang mga ganyang klaseng ad. Kasi mataas ang cases ng HIV kasi marami na raw bading. Like, to be honest, I find the argument baseless and it's lacking of concrete proof and evidence. Now, while we are on that topic, if you are going to scour Sir Jack's Facebook page, makikita mo na karamihan ng mga posts niya may mga words na bakla or bading, which indirectly shows his animosity towards the LGBTQIA+ community. Again, hindi natin alam if this is just plain and simple bigotry or this is just one of his trigger content. So, hindi ko mag-gauge kung meron bang pinaglalaban tong si Sir Jack or nang titrigger lang talaga siya para sa monetization. So, ano bang sinasabi ng mga netizens dito kay Sir Jack? Unfortunately, may following tong si Sir Jack eh. Maraming followers to. They even call him idol for some reason. So, kung ang goal niya is to gain followers and engagement from his hate-mongering posts, na-accomplish niya ang goal niya. Papalakpakan kita dyan, Sir Jack. Pero, marami na din kasi ang naiinis sa mga posts niya. May mga nagsasabi na i-block na lang yung page niya para hindi makita yung post. Meron din nagsasabi na wag na mag-engage online kasi the more you comment and engage on his post, the more you fuel his algorithm to be visible to a lot more people. To an extent, totoo naman yan. Kung walang papatol, walang engagement. Kung wala masyadong engagement, the content will just be pushed back by the algorithm. Kaso nga lang, minsan yung mainstream media who is also looking for better algorithm picks up this post by Jack tapos i-content nila sa mga respective pages nila. So minsan kahit anong block mo sa page ni Sir Jack, dadaan siya sa wall mo. Pero there's this another school of thought na kung hindi ko call out yung mga rage baiters na to, dadami lang sila ng dadami kasi in their minds, tama ang ginagawa nila. And eventually, pag sobrang dami na nila, hindi na yan kakayanin ng simpleng pag-block lang. Also, some say na kung alam mo naman na nasa tama ka, bakit ka matatakot na i-call out ang isang maling bagay na nakikita mo online? We don't know what his true motives are. Is all this just for clout? For engagement? For monetization purposes? Pera-pera lang? Or is this a reflection of his values as a person? Ako, naniniwala ako na lahat ng tao pinanganak ng mabuti. Lahat ng tao at the onset, mabuting tao. It's up to that person if he or she will use that innate kindness. Kasi yung pagiging kupal or yung pagiging masamang tao, that's a choice. You chose to be that kind of person. So, personally, I still believe that there's still kindness within Sir Jack's persona. It's just, sometimes, he chose not to use it. Ngayon, bago tayo mag-end, bago natin i-end tong episode na to, hindi ko sinasabi na bawal mag-post ang kahit sino ng ganitong klaseng content. Especially if it's done on their own spaces. Kung space nila yan, gusto nilang i-post yung ganyang klaseng bagay, so be it. Bahala sila sa buhay nila. It is part of our democracy to exercise free speech. And yan naman madalas ang rebuttal ng mga rage baiters na to online. That they are posting this, they're doing this because they are just exercising their right to free speech. But here's the thing. Every right, every privilege comes with a responsibility. Yes, you can say anything you want online. That's well within your rights. But you should be responsible in whatever you put out there. Pero kung paulit-ulit kang rage bait, puro fake news, patama at negativity ang pinopost mo online at wala nang nakukuhang value at meaningful engagement yung followers mo sa'yo, baka panahon na para mag-unplug ka muna sa internet. Kasi kung walang value yung mga sinasabi mo, that's not free speech. You're just making noise. Ayan! Thank you so much again for joining me in this episode. Please don't forget to like and share this episode, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our podcast on Spotify. You can also follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and in TikTok by going to the link you see at the bottom of your screen, or just go to linktr.ee/PTPettyThePodcast. If you're a brand looking for partnership and collaboration, please send me an email at prettypettythepodcast@gmail.com. And with that, lagi nating tatandaan to always stay pretty at wag maging petty. See you next week!